All right, present continuous, 1C. So to know present continuous, we should know, I think, two things from my point of view. The first one is how it looks like, or how to build the present continuous in our writing or in our speaking. And secondly, we should know how to use present continuous, in which cases we use present continuous. And both of them are mentioned or explained here. So as you can see here, we use present continuous. So there are three ways of using present continuous, guys. Okay, so we'll come back to it now. First of all, let's try to understand how it looks like or how to build it. So the formula is here: be, verb, ing. So if I want to make present continuous, actually, instead of be, it's better to say am is are. Okay. So am is are is better to say in place of be, because be could be was and were, so that will confuse. Because we are talking about present continuous, instead of be, we should use am is are, guys. And then after that, we're going to use the main verb with ing form. As you can see, what are you doing? Look, what are you doing? There's a question form. I am sending a message to Sarah. I'm sending. So here we got am, and we got verb send and ing. So that's present continuous. And then in question form, we learned this in elementary level 2, how to make the question form. To make the question form, so we must use am is are before the subject. The subject is you here, and we are using are before the subject. So what are you doing? So the first point, how to use present continuous. So we use present continuous for things happening now at this moment. So we're talking about process that is continuing or that is happening at the time of speaking. So what are you doing? I'm sending a message to Sarah. Now, number 2, for temporary things, when we want to describe or when we want to talk about temporary things, we also use present continuous. Temporary things that are happening around now, not at this moment, around now or this week or this month. Example, my brother is doing a 2-month course in the UK. You see, 2 months. It will finish after 2 months. So that's a temporary process. And that's why I'm using present continuous to talk about that. Because after 2 months, my brother is going to come back. So to express that information, I must use present continuous. So the temporary things. The third way of using present continuous is to describe what is happening in the picture. Not your picture, any picture that you can see. And if someone asks you, can you describe this picture? We must use present continuous. What is happening in that picture? Okay, guys? So that's it. So there are 3 ways of using present continuous. And then we got am is are, verb ing. This is how to make it. Right. In this picture, the example for point 3, in this picture, the woman is standing near a table. Standing. So I'm describing the picture. How to make present continuous for positive. So I am working. You, we, they are working. Negative, aren't working. You aren't working. We aren't working. They aren't working. Now, if I say he, she, it, like my brother or my mother or my computer, then I use is working. So he's working, she's working, it's working. Or negative, he isn't working, she isn't working, it isn't working. Question, am is are, we put before the subject, guys. So you is the subject, he is the subject. And as you can see here, are and is, we're putting before it. In the positive, you see, are is coming after subject. You is coming first. Then when you put are before subject, then it makes question. Are you working? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Is he working? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Now we got here spelling information, how to spell when I add ing. So cook, cooking, ing, without any problem. Study, so Y doesn't change. Studying, no problem with it. And if I've got the verb, which in this, with E, letter E, and if I want to add ings, then I have to drop E, guys. So living. Cut the final E and add ing. So the final E will be dropped. Now, if it's consonant, vowel, consonant structure, look, R is consonant, U is a vowel, N is consonant, and you are adding ing, the last consonant has to be doubled. Double consonant. Like run, double N, running. Like cut, cutting, for example. Put, putting. I can give you more example here. Cutting, putting. You see? Yeah. You see double T and double T. Right. Now the second part, present simple or present continuous. So how to differentiate between present simple and present continuous, or what is the difference? Again, yes, it's a very good point here, because most of our students in level 3 still they don't know how to differentiate between present simple and present continuous. So for present simple, we use do, does for the question, do, does, or negative, doesn't, or don't. Present continuous, we don't use that. We just use am, is, are. If I want to make the question, I use are or am or is before subject. All right. And we have got ing. I am checking. So when there is ing, that is a continuous form, guys. When there is ing, and then am is are, so that will be present continuous. So we use present simple for things that are generally true or always happen. Generally true. The earth rotates around the sun. All babies cry. If you heat water, to 100 degrees, it will boil, or it boils. It boils, not it will boil, it boils. Present simple. Always true. You know? Or I live in Istanbul, I live in England, I live in Moscow. He is a teacher, for example. I am a doctor. So it is generally true or always true. Or like, I am English, or he is Japanese. You cannot change this. This is always true. So when you talk about always true things, you have to say present simple. Present continuous, we've just discussed. You talk about something happening now or at this moment, temporary things, and when we want to describe picture. So like, what do you do? It means, what is your job? What is your job? Like permanent job. I work for an IT company. So always true, or permanent job. What are you doing? I'm talking about at this moment, like while I'm talking. What are you doing? I'm checking my messages. Now, point number three here. We normally use verbs which describes states or feelings, I mean like non-action verbs. We normally use verbs which describe states or feelings with in the present simple. Even if they mean in your language something is happening or present continuous, these verbs we must use in present simple, guys, like want, need, like, hate, for example. I can give you more here. Hate, understand. So love, for example. Hate, understand, love, want, need, like. We call them non-action verbs because there is no action. There is only understanding or feeling. So when you want to use, even if I say now, like I want water now. I want water now. You see? Usually when I say now, I must use present continuous. But I cannot use present continuous with want because want is not action verb. It is non-action verb. Or like, do you understand now? Look. Do you understand now? You see? I'm not saying, are you understanding now? Are you understanding now is wrong. Are you understanding now? This is wrong. So we can just do the cross. We can't use present continuous with understand. So do you understand now? I want water now. They are present simple because of these verbs, understand and want. They are non-action verbs, guys. That's it. So we're going to move to the next page to do exercise relating to 1C. Let's do that. Here we go. We've got 1C here. Exercise A. Exercise A is asking us to write sentences with the present continuous. Use contractions where you can. If we can use contractions. Contractions. Okay, so it snow, negative, it isn't snowing. Okay, number 1, Oliver, the positive. So Oliver is he. So Oliver is wearing a suit today. So let's write it down here. We're going to use contraction here. Oliver's wearing a suit today. That's it. Number 2, it's hot. Why wear a coat? So why, question, are you wearing a coat? Why are you wearing a coat? We can't use contraction here because it's a question. Why are you wearing a coat? Number 3 is negative. Jane. Jane is she. For she, we use is. Negative, it will be isn't. So Jane isn't sitting in her usual place today. So let's write it down here at the bottom. Number 3, Jane isn't sitting. Contraction, isn't sitting in her usual place now. You see, guys? This is temporary situation. Only today. Not now, sorry, today. That's it. And we're going to move to number 4. 4 is positive. So, hey, you stand on my food. So, you are standing on my food. So, we can use contraction here, apostrophe RE. You are standing on my food. On my food. Yes. You are standing on my food. Number 5 is question. What book you read? For you, we use are. So, what book are you reading? What book are you reading? Number 6, we rent a small flat at the moment. Yeah, we got at the moment. So it indicates us that we should use present continuous here. So I'm going to write at the bottom here, number 6. We are, contraction, we are renting. Rent is verb. So renting a small flat at the moment. At the moment. Right. Number 7, question, she wear makeup. So to make question, is she wearing makeup? Is she wearing makeup? Number 8, that's a positive sentence. I plan a trip to the USA. I am planning. So I'm, contraction, we're using contraction here. I'm planning a trip to the USA. Number 9, your brother work in London this week. Look, this week I'm asking about temporary situation. So your brother is he. So we're going to use is for that. Is your brother working? Right? Number 9. Is your brother working in London this week? Number 9 is negative. Minus is negative. So they get on very well at the moment. Again, at the moment, so it will be present continuous. They aren't getting on very well at the moment. Let's do that. It's number 10. They aren't getting on very well at the moment. That's it. So now we can move to B, exercise. To do it, so exercise B is asking us to complete the sentences with the present simple or present continuous. Okay, that's a little bit more challenging because we have to think. Now, is it in present simple form or present continuous? So we need to try to understand the situation that we are in that exercise. For example, the girl in the painting is playing the guitar. Why am I using present continuous here? Well, because I am describing picture. As we've just explained, to describe what is happening in the picture, we must use present continuous. That's what is happening here. Number 1, my dog my dog's not dangerous. Look, my dog's not dangerous. So I am describing, I'm telling my dog's habit. So not bite, so he doesn't bite, because I'm talking about the habit of the dog. Yes, he doesn't bite. He doesn't bite. That's correct. Number 2, now you see sunglasses, rain. So we've got wear, the verb. The first verb is wear. Second verb is rain. So I can understand that it is raining, and why are you wearing sunglasses from here? Because when it rains, cloudy, no sun, there's no need to wear sunglasses. So that's why they are asking here, why are you, question, right? Why are you wearing sunglasses? It isn't raining. Okay. Number 3, you can turn off the radio. You can turn off the radio, not listen. So that means I'm talking about now. You can turn off the radio. I am not listening to it, right? So so we can use contraction if I want. Here, like, I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to it. Number 4, so need. Need is, as you can see here, need, non-action verb. So we can't use present continuous with it. So it will be present simple only. So positive sentence, I need to find a cash machine. We're just going to read need. I need to find a cash machine. 5, be careful, the baby. So I'm talking about something is happening now. Like, be careful. I'm showing the baby. Be careful, the baby is putting your pen in her mouth. So the baby is putting your pen in her mouth. Number 6, look, at weekends, plural, huh? At weekends. I'm asking about general information or routine activity. So that will be present simple. And also we got the word usually, which is adverb of frequency. Usually, always, never, often, rarely. This kind of verbs we use with present simple. So it's a question. Do you usually cook at weekends? No, we normally eat out. Normally is also indicator of present simple, guys. We normally eat out. Number 7. So here for Emma, she's late as usual. So wait, do. So that's happening at the time of speaking. So what are you doing here? Present continuous. What are you doing here? And then the second guy is saying, I am waiting for Emma. I'm waiting. So I'm waiting for Emma. She's late as usual. Number 8, usually. So again, this will be present simple, because usually is the indicator of present simple. Drink. So I usually drink tea. I usually drink tea. But today, it's a temporary activity. So usually drink tea, but today, want. Okay, when we say temporary activity, it should be present continuous. But want, we have got the verb want, which is non-action verb. So we can't use present continuous. So I want a coffee. I'm going to use present simple instead. I want a coffee today. Number 9, she is an administrator. She. So I'm talking about the job, which is always happens, or general routine activity. Present simple, definitely. She works. She works from 9 to 5. Okay. Number 10, Mark in Paris, but at the moment. So at the moment, that is definitely present continuous. So he is working here. The second one, he is working in Nice at the moment. So from here, leave. So when we talk about leaving, we talk about permanent leaving. So Mark lives in Paris. Mark lives in Paris. Present simple. Mark lives in Paris, because we're talking about permanent activity. But at the moment, that is present continuous, because this is temporary action. And that's it, guys. In this way, we've done 1C, including the exercises in pre-intermediate level. In the next video, we'll continue with 2A. Okay, so thanks for your time and have a good one. Bye-bye.